actually indeedly do live right now on the Twitch platform. Please let us know, ladies and gents, if we are live because tonight is going to be a fun night. And first of all, I wanted to give thanks to Del Pico for subscribing with Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime, for example, because he's been subscribed for 28 months. Much
Yeah.
appreciated for that, buddy. Absolutely appreciated. And to everybody else tuning in, hey everyone, how you guys all doing? My name is KG Prestige, and welcome once again, one and all, to another exciting edition of the PokePod World Podcast. Tonight we are in session numero 93, on our way to the big triple digit real soon. So it's going to be a lot of fun for tonight. We got quite a couple of things to discuss. The latest episode of PM 2019, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to be one of the things we're going to be talking about. We're also going to be talking about just kind of things that have been going on within today in particular, because I managed to finally do something different today. I actually went out. Yeah, I didn't remember that. Hey, look, there's a whole world out there for me to go and explore. And yeah, I
Oh,
went out today to Manhattan to, have a good time with the family. And hilarity ensued because a couple of things that we didn't expect to see play out kind of played out. And yeah, it was a lot of fun regardless. So yeah, okay, Drew. Listen, man, I went out to purchase books, okay? I went out to go and see my favorite store in Manhattan, Kinokuniya. I came back with a bunch of books here. I got like, let me see, 7 books here. I could have bought more if I remember I had my eBay money, but I forgot about that. But I have a lot of books here. I bought me some plushies and thought it'd be kind of fun to talk a little bit about that today. But before we continue on, though, let's go and say hello to some of the people here in the call. First of all, Polly, how you doing? Hopefully you're okay.
hey everyone, it's Age of Trades, aka Polly from the PokePod. No, I'm thinking about making that my new slogan on YouTube.
Really now?
Because that was in the Zach Diamond and Pearl intro.
Ah, okay, I see. Well,
Yeah.
first, yeah.
But hello, Kevin. Hello, everybody. Hello,
Hopefully
TSF.
you're doing fine, buddy.
Yes, I'm doing, I know, the first time in forever.
Well, you're in
Um,
a singing mood. That's good to see.
yeah, I'm done with my finals. Still working, but now I don't have to worry about school for the next few months.
All right, and
And
take that
so,
opportunity to give yourself a little bit of a relaxation, buddy. Everyone needs it every now and then.
yes.
So go and get a good time relaxing, buddy. But won't come back again, pal. Of course, moving along from that, we also got our other buddy here in the call who happened to hop in. TSS, how you doing, buddy?
My body hurts.
Oh, bro. First of all,
Wait,
apologies for that, but I hope you had a good time regardless.
did you see each other?
That's the hilarity ensued part that I was talking
Okay.
about. Things kind of played out very funny today because me, my mother, and my little brother. Let's start talking about that first. After we've been diagnosed with the Backstreet Boys stuff, and we finally came out as clear. We're now negative, and everybody is okie dokie mode now. My mother's first initial reaction to this was like, where do we go? And I'm like, what? It's because she has been enclosed, and to be fair, of course, and everybody felt this way at home. Everybody has been doing the same routine for over a year and some change, where it's just simply get up, go to our respective work, do our respective job, finish work, go back home, rinse, repeat every single day. And I want you to just think about how that mindset is, where you're just stuck in an infinite loop over and over and over again. I'm pretty confident a lot of people feel this way. But just an endless cycle of repetition and not being able to really kind of do what we've been accustomed to do, which is kind of just going out there and just seeing what the world has to offer, right? So when the Backstreet Boys hit us, of course, it didn't really make the situation any better, and we're now thankfully cleared. We are okay in the negative zone now, thank God. And because of this, we now have this thing called the antibodies inside us. So because of this, we're technically a okay for a limited time, as in we don't really have to worry about a certain thing. hurting us in any way, shape, or form. So my mother's initial response, as I said before, was that like since we're okay now, why don't we try going to Manhattan? And I'm like, okay, sure. Just kind of unexpected and out of the blue, like 24 hours before we're actually going to go. And then around that time, I told TSS here, like, hey, buddy, you want to come and meet up? Because I'm going to be with my family here, man. And thought it'd be a good time to kind of go and, take some relaxation and just chit chat in person again. Because I haven't seen a different face, in so long. So TSS was like the first person I met in over a year and a half, man. Like
Well,
in terms of a friend, man, that shit was like so awkward but so fun. It was just so good to see a familiar face again after so long. Even if we talk here all the time, there's just a difference of talking in digital like how we are right now and then talking in person, and it's just night and day, man. But around that time we got a chance to see TSS at Nintendo New York store, and actually I don't know, TSS, would you like for me to talk about the thing that's going to happen in a few days for you? I know
yeah,
it's nothing
well,
to
I
do
know.
with your thing, it's more so the day in particular.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Would you like to talk about that one? Because I think I'll save that for you, and then I'll get to the story bit because I think that's where the
Uh,
hilarious part is happening.
sure. For folks out there, for people who want to know, my birthday's on Thursday. That's gonna happen while I
Oh,
go down to Tampa. So, uh, now I'm gonna be 33 megahertz. So that should be a
Hey, the odd
very
number
cool thing.
hurts.
Megahertz.
33 megahertz. Yeah.
Yeah, it mega hurts me so much, man.
Boo.
I'm
Just like
sorry,
my
Charlie.
shoulder, just like my shoulders, because I freaking decided to like carry my backpack because I had to go to work before, and then I had to all lug all that crap, and then according to my my not it wasn't my that's the Amazfit Band 5, I walked like 15,000 steps today,
You're
which is
welcome.
fucking crazy.
Okay, so allow me
it-
to explain in this part. So, first of all, to everybody in the chat out there, give TSS a happy early birthday. First of all, his birthday's coming up in a few days. So you just give him some birthday cheers now because TSS is going to be away for a bit as he's going to be heading off somewhere to go and have a little bit of relaxation. But given that neither me nor my family knew about this, a lot of the things that we did today kind of felt like a birthday sort of situation because we began in Nintendo New York, and I went to go and buy a couple of things. I bought me this cute Flareon Pixel plushie. I bought me what is it, like a shirt
that's
and a hat.
cute.
And around that time, I was about to get everything set to go, and my mother was like, "Hey, TSS. Well, yeah, we'll say that. Hey, TSS, would you like to go and get something for yourself?" So we are like, okay, sure, that's fine. And he did. He got himself this really cool gift. I'm not going to say what as of now, but he got something really nice from there. And I hope you enjoy that said gift, TSS.
Thank
But
you.
what really made things even more hilarious was that when we discovered a little while after that, hey, we're going to go have some Korean barbecue somewhere
Ooh.
in 33rd, 34th Street. In Manhattan, we went from 49th Street
31st.
we went from
Yeah.
49th Street all the way to the 30s, man, by walking that whole way through.
Jesus
Uh,
fucking
uh,
Christ.
yeah,
And,
Tyrone,
and on top of that, we stopped in Kitakuni before going as
yeah, and this is
well.
where
So it was
all
like,
the books I got over here are set in stone, man. I love every single copy. I finally collected all the volumes of I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. I finally got all the
yeah,
light novels here. It's from volume 1s through 9 in my collection. I'm so happy about that. I could finally read again. It's been so weird not reading. But yeah, we went to Kinokuniya for a bit. We're trying to look for stuff there, particularly the Animedia issue from this month, which is sadly not there. I think it's sold out, unfortunately. So
yeah.
no wedding Go, Ash, and Gary stuff for me. But I will have to make an order for that to come to me personally. So that'll be another talk for another day. But yeah, after that, we took some time there. And we then went all the way to Koreatown, and then
Yeah.
we met with another person, and we had this huge like meat party going on inside. There was like so much
Hey, she
meat,
never.
so
Don't
much.
don't call it that ever again.
Who's the
I
meat?
know.
Wait,
I
what other
understand what
person?
you're going for. It's not that. We're talking about like actual Korean barbecue, good shit. You know, the stuff people like and enjoy. I don't know where your mindset's going, buddy, but that's the stuff we were
And
having.
got her. What do you mean?
Wait, what do you mean you
It's
met with
just
this other
food.
person?
Wait, Polly,
Who's
what'd
the
you
other
say?
person?
Oh,
You said we met with
yeah, a
this.
friend of my mother's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My mother.
Yeah, so yeah, she
Man.
came in and we just had like this huge barbecue fest happen there. It was great. It was a good time. There's just so much shit, so much different various styles of food and whatnot on the table, from dumplings to what was it? Like these cold
It's,
noodles.
yeah, it was cold. Yeah, it was cold noodles. It was like a cold noodle soup. Then you had the seafood and scallion pancake, which was absolutely fantastic.
I
You should
told you,
definitely.
man, that shit is just perfect food, man.
Yeah, if you guys want to know exactly what the place is, it's on 31st. I have the name of the place because one of the things that was funny was it's called Jongro, Jongro. It's on 31st Street. But what makes it best what is that the damn tagline of the place, and I'm not kidding, is "Listen to the woman."
Yeah.
Dude.
So there was a joke I was doing outside with my parents because it was like it was something about paying for something, and I was like, no, I don't need to do the paying. You guys can take care of it. And they're like, nah, you're gonna pay for it. And then when we get upstairs, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it. I see the chopsticks, and then we see the listen to the woman aspect, and I'm like, oh my god. There's like a full story behind that. I'm not gonna go into details on it, but it was just hilarious shit happening there. Where it's like just called listen to the woman, and I'm like, oh my fucking god. But we decided to treat that feast as also like a little birthday celebration as well, early birthday celebration for our boy TSS here as well. So I hope the meal was good. I hope the travel was great.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Like I said, the difference between like the Korean barbecue and the Japanese yakiniku is it's very similar, but there's different. It's a different kind of vibe because the Korean barbecue looks like they cook it for you instead of
You doing
yakiniku
it?
traditional. You doing it, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so overall, you know, it was just a good time to be able to see people again and just being able to walk outside.
Yeah.
And then at the very end of our trip in Manhattan, me and my mother went to go to this attraction that actually came out last year, but because this happened during the Backstreet Boys, we couldn't really take this opportunity to visit it. It is within Hudson Yards. Many people might notice, given that it's like literally next to Javits Center and the Vessel. It is called The Edge. And the whole point of said edge is that you will be shot straight up to the top of the building. And there is this glass floor that you're walking upon in this area. And that shit was horrifying, man. I just want you to think you are hundreds of floors above in the air. And the only thing that's keeping you from falling down is glass. Just glass underneath your feet. And that shit was an experience, man. A fun one, but that was an experience. And I'm like, okay, I'll take this as an opportunity to try to see if I can get myself better from heights and whatnot. It did not. It made me more horrified.
Why would you use that as your test?
I needed to try to improve myself with heights, buddy.
Well, I would do that by going on a roof, but that's that's at least
Yeah.
that's at least
Yeah, you
that's not
start
bad.
off small. Jesus Christ.
This is small.
No, it's not. It's literally you standing on top of a high thing and going, there's nothing you can see under you. Even people who aren't afraid of heights would be freaking out.
I know. And it was fun, man. Oh my god, it was horrifying, but it was fun. It was so fun, man. I had a good time there, man. But yeah,
And
overall
thank
the
you.
trip was great. But man, when I got home, holy shit, my entire body was just
Yeah,
Wasted.
and considering that my legs, my knees, my shoulders were done, and I'm like, dude, I'm leaving like 2 days. Like, what the fuck? By the way, folks, thank you for the early birthday wishes in chat. I really
Early
appreciate it.
birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, it was just a fun time, and I was glad that we took this as an opportunity as well to give a little celebratory
Yeah, and I
gift
finally
for
got, and by
TSS.
the way, I finally got Nessa's gift, and I'll tell you exactly what it is. It is it's a shirt pen with B on it.
Nice.
Aw.
Oh, that's awesome!
Shirt pin, yeah, a shirt pin.
Don't eat those
Also,
candies though.
dude, unfortunately, I'm throwing that out in the garbage because it's like 6 months, like 7-month-old candy. I'm
Jesus.
like, yeah, it's like worse than going to a fucking bodega at this point.
Yeah, bro, it was
Rotten
there for a
chocolate.
long time with me. I couldn't have any moments to like actually meet TSS in person, so that gift has been here this whole time.
Yeah,
And
since
it wasn't
December.
until
Since
today.
December.
Since
Till today.
December. No, actually, that shit came like, yeah, it was like early December, and it's just been here for so long, man. And I just had to wait for the perfect opportunity, and that's
Yeah,
when I called
it says
TSS for
on
this.
it says here on the postage label December 19th. So it's been sitting there for literally fucking 6 months, like 5.5, like 5 months.
Oh, Kevin.
Listen, what can I do, man? I didn't want to get outside my comfort zone.
Meanwhile, it's
Yeah,
gonna be June 27th was the last time I saw you.
I know.
It's
And
almost gonna be a year.
well, actually, if you ever do come back, we can all meet up in person again. I can actually show you the barbecue place as well. I'm pretty confident you'll enjoy it. We just have to walk it though if you want to go for it. In my honest opinion, the walk from 49th
Yeah.
Street all the way down to 31st made that whole food experience that much better in my opinion.
Well, then again, though, you're forgetting one thing. There's a food court that's across the street, and we had fucking fresh churros and ice cream.
Yeah,
And
they
that
called it.
shit
What was this place called again? Hold on, it was called Churro Street. That's what it was.
Churro
Yeah.
Street. Real
Yeah.
fucking original.
Yeah. So I just want you to imagine. Everybody here has had at least a churro in their life before.
Yeah.
Now I want you to imagine having.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I like how like there's food you haven't had that's normal, but the churros like the standard.
Yeah, see, somebody says, "What's a churros?" No, it's what's a churro. Wait, how do you not know what a churro is, buddy?
No.
Goggles does that. He does that.
Coochie. This is churros, man.
Yeah.
Goggles does that. Don't pay him.
But
any attention.
churros is the thing as TSS pointed out. Those things aren't just like pre-made. No, they make that shit right then and there on for you. Then they get a brush and then they start brushing the churro with marshmallow or like hot fudge, depending on what you choose, so that they can stick
Or
a
leave,
different
like, even-
topping on it.
Yeah, they have it's like a weird combination because one of it's like one of them was like, what was it? There was like one with a marshmallow one, and there was another one that they put like a glaze, and then they put like freaking what was it fruity pebbles on it.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of different flavors and also like
That's too
rainbow
sweet
and
for
stuff.
me. Yeah, that's too sweet for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
but actually it wasn't that
That
sweet.
make me dizzy.
No, see, like with a churro, when you normally
It's
eat the
churro
ones in
with
the
fruity
streets, though.
pebbles in it.
No. When you eat the churros though in the streets, normally they powder that shit with like so much sugar. Of course, the ones that they
Yeah,
have
cinnamon.
here, they're not covered with any
They're
of that.
straight. Yeah, they're straight. They're straight batter.
Yeah, the only thing that gives the sweet is either the marshmallow kind of thing that they put on top, or the fudge, depending on which you choose. And then they have like different selections of flavors there, like taro or what was the one that you got?
They have it. So basically, you have a cup of ice cream. So they give you like either choice of 4 flavors. It's like either taro, matcha, vanilla, or chocolate.
Which
That's the
sadly
base.
they didn't have chocolate, man.
So they didn't have chocolate. So I got the matcha one, and then I got the it was the chocolate and almonds. So they dipped the churro in chocolate and then in almonds. And then they put that they fold the churro around like in a hoop, like in a loop, and then they stick it in. Then they stick it into a cup of ice cream.
The hoop.
No, but it's delicious, man. It is one of the best sweets I've had in a while. But that might be because that was actually one of the first rare sweets I've had in a while, given that it's normally just been the typical Carvel ice cream or something. But that was really good though. I was genuinely surprised with how good that came out. And you wouldn't expect something like a churro in an ice cream mixed with fudge and all these different toppings on it. It's a really wonderful experience. I even have a picture of one I have here on my phone. I'll probably post it on Twitter later, just showing off the said food. It's really good, man. Yeah, so the experience on that day was just so much fun, and yeah, I can't wait to do something like that again. Maybe not to the extent of going all the way from 49th to freaking 31st, and then from 31st all the way to Javits Center or to Hudson's Yards, because that was just a huge walk. And as TSS pointed it out, that was like what 15,000 or something, 1,500, something like that.
I would say that's about like 12,000, 13,000 steps.
Yeah, but it was all fun. It was all in good fun. Everybody had a good time, and yeah, and even my mother here was saying earlier ago before I started streaming, she just wanted to remind you happy early birthday as well. So yeah, so yeah, once again, it was a great time, and as I stated before, I just am so happy I finally got my goddamn books again, and I can't wait to get more books later.
Well, and on top of that, you finally got the Satoshi and Go Monogatari manga that I was supposed to give you, and now you finally have the first 2 volumes.
Yes, and I want to talk about this actually real quick. I don't have volume 3. I don't even think there's a volume 3 out.
There is no volume 3 right now.
No, but I do want to talk a little bit about the first 2 volumes real quick, because one of the most interesting things about this book is how they actually take care of these episodes, man. Because we talk about this a couple of times, but actually being able to read these back to back to back, even in a language that I'm not familiar with, but thankfully because I watch these episodes, I already can kind of get the gist of it via the subs I've seen before, and the plot summary being very familiar to the episodes with some minor tweaks here and there. One of the cool things about this not this episode, but this book, is how they structured the episodes. And my favorite thing about this, they fixed so many of the problems I had with the TV series, and specifically the reboot one, but I'll get to that in a bit. So I don't know if you guys will mind for me to take a couple of minutes to talk a little bit about the journey.
By the way, for the folks that want to know, I believe the translated manga is coming out in September.
Yeah, it's coming out in fall of this year.
There's one thing I just wanted to mention that's a little bit off topic, but it has to kind of do with birthday stuff. But it's
sure,
just really
go right ahead, buddy.
I just want to shout out, there's 2 graduations in the house, even though they're both not here, but I want to shout out JPR and Alpha Evie for graduating.
Yes, it feels great to see our boys finally coming through in the end and succeeding. I'm so happy for them. They've told us stories about how they're taking their time off from being here to focus on their studies, particularly Evie. Normally we have our Antipods on Fridays, but we talked it out. We said that, hey, listen, man, just focus on your studies. And,
No, I was going to say, it's hard to remember. Like, 4 years ago, I graduated. It's so weird to, like, see someone else do it.
Yeah, and then I was reminded, holy shit, there's a college. So, yeah, everybody has their stories.
I wasn't as popping when I graduated, though, so...
But no, seriously, congratulations to our boys, man. They're now Chads, and I can't wait to see them working at McDonald's next week, man.
Fuck
y'all. That's fucked.
$15.
Hey, you earned that degree, get in that prop.
Listen, man, are they gonna mess it up like they did my Big Mac last week?
Hope you like Greg.
That was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
I didn't get a Big Mac, I got a Mig back, man. The shit was
I just love that you think this is funny. What? It's just a simple, ordinary Big Mac. Oh my goodness!
Squidward!
Squidward! I'm so sorry, Mr. Plankton.
Okay, so I guess now we can talk.
Sorry, back to
KG. Yeah, the KG. What do you think about the manga?
All right, so first of all, one of the best things about this manga right now is if you guys had any problems whatsoever with the filler episodes, a lot of that shit has been scrapped from the manga. I'm gonna just tell you right now, I opened the book, literally page 1 of the story begins with Ash on a vehicle ride, and the first fucking thing you see there is literally X and Y Ash with Ash Greninja, original Ash with Charizard, Alola Ash with Lycanroc, Rowlet, and Pikachu already doing a farm, and this is on the first fucking page, by the way. They're already doing a wonderful job with the way they're just showing off the past adventures from the series prior to Journeys, man. It's literally on the first page. You see all 3 of those together. It's in one panel, but just the fact that they do something like that, it's incredible in my book, because it's like they're paying homage to that. So I'm gonna just tell you guys like how these things are structured. So chapter 1 is episode 2 of Journeys, which is basically skipping the Pichu episode and going straight into just Ash going to the Sakuragi labs
Even they
and
didn't give a fuck
encountering
about
Go
the
and
Pichu.
Lugia. Repeat that again?
I was gonna say, damn, they didn't even give a damn about the Pichu episode.
No, they just went straight to episode 2, man. Now, here's what they do for chapter 2. Chapter 2 is the Score Bunny episode. However, one of the biggest things that they did with the Score Bunny episode is that they actually merged 2 episodes in one. So the first act of this chapter is focused on Ash and Go heading off to Galar, and they meeting those fox Pokemon whose names I don't remember. But it's basically that episode where they met Score Bunny for the first time.
Hey, TSS, let's not.
I enunciated it correctly.
Oh, I know you enunciated it correctly. Twitch don't know if you enunciated it correctly.
Yeah, it sure does. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to sue their ass.
Sue their ass for misinterpreting my voice. But nah, so they did the first episode where Score Bunny debuted, and then they went straight to the Snorlax all in one chapter. So basically, the Score Bunny 2 in one episode could have actually been one episode in itself. And that to me is shocking. I do appreciate that they went straight to that. It's like, we're going to merge 2 episodes and make it just one chapter. And honestly, the pacing for this isn't even that bad, because they skip a lot of the fluff that were within those 2 episodes, you know. Chapter 3 focuses on heading to the Hoenn region and meeting Hoji at the tournament. This was after, I believe, Go caught all these various bug Pokemon. They skipped that episode in this manga, where he caught all the bug Pokemon. And they just went straight to Battle Frontier in this one, which chapter 3. So basically, if you've seen that episode and you thought it was good, it's just as great here. Mr. Mime is such a badass regardless. Chapter 4 is, I think, episode 10 or 11, where it's basically Ash and Go heading to Galar once again. And this is where they encounter Eternatus and, of course, encounter Leon versus Lance at the same time. Also, I think this is the chapter where Team Rocket makes their debut in the manga series as well. So, yeah, we get to see the Leon versus Lance fight in chapter 4 of the manga, and also get the opportunity to see Gigantamax Pikachu as well, and even talk a little bit about the Pokemon World Championships. So Pokemon World Championships was taken care of all in this one chapter, and it was done very well. I did like it. Now, here is where I think it really did a wonderful job, and honestly, this was my biggest complaint that I had within the Journeys anime. So, chapter 6 is the Reboot Evolution episode. Now, why is that a problem for the anime anyway? You noticed how the way that episode ended, they ended it on a very ominous note. Like you thought there was going to be some sort of segue to kind of continue on with Reboot's personality and all that, and they just kind of left it as is. And we never got a continuation of that, because immediately after the Reboot Evolution episode, they just went straight to They just went straight to the Biscuits fight. And then it was like, so what are we going to do with Reboot? Are we just going to neglect it in the TV series? Well, no. And they do handle it in a couple of episodes later. However, in the manga series, though, the chapter that comes out after the Reboot Evolution episode is in Volume 2, Chapter 7, is the episode when they head off to the Hoenn region, and that's when they do that whole little dance party. So in terms of like focusing on the character reboot, I think they did an amazing job here because it continues on with the events that played off in the last chapter and progressing on in this one here. So it doesn't feel like there's like that weird gap in the middle, you know what I mean? Where it's like you're supposed to focus on the reboot and you're not focus on other things. So they took care of Reboot's whole gimmick with it kind of having this weird attitude towards Go. But because Go understood what Reboot was feeling, the two were able to kind of come out on top and become buddies again in some way. So in the manga, they did a far better job in that there. So I applaud them for that. Chapter 8. This is where things get interesting. So apparently, we also just skip the Dragonite and the Gengar chapter, or the episodes, but Ash owns them now in the manga series. We don't know how they got caught in the manga series.
Terrible.
But they caught them off screen. However, chapters 8
Fucking worse.
in chapter 8, this is why I said they improved some things while also making worse decisions there. So chapter 8's whole thing, you wouldn't believe this. The one Pokemon that's getting the development is Riolu. This is Riolu's hatching episode. And this is where they get to see Riolu for the first time, and we get to see Ash trying to, work together with said Pokemon, and the capture was made in that said episode. So after Riolu was caught by Ash, this is when we move on into Chapter 9, which is the Biscay's fight. And you can already tell there's a big difference there. That being that the episodes are rearranged in the manga series, because Riolu and Reboot's whole thing didn't happen until after the Biscay's fight. So this is where they start playing it a little differently. Biscay's fights go down. It's the same structure as you think it is, where it's Raichu and Pikachu, and then of course Gengar coming in to defeat Raichu, and then the Electrode. So if you've seen the episode already and already thought it was top notch in the TV series, know that it's just as good as well in the manga. So what's chapter 10? Chapter 10 is the Leon versus Raihan fight. So we get to finally see that in motion here and just see the episode play out. However, we also get to see a bit of foreshadowing with what's his name again? Chairman Rose. And they ended off like that. But here's another thing that also caught me off guard. They skipped out on the Galarian Farfetch capture in this chapter here. However, the next chapter that plays out is the Bee versus Ash fight. And of course, if you already know that, you would know that Come On was caught. So what does the manga do? Another off-screen capture. Ash has Come On now.
Bullshit.
Yeah, so we get to see Come On and the Pokemon fight it out with B. They, of course, get their asses kicked. And, that's how the chapter sort of ends. They say, okay, the Pokemon are healed up. Let's try to get stronger together. And, moving on from that.
Fucking bullshit.
Then we move on into Chapter 12, which is the last one, I believe, in this volume, which is the Zapdos episode. So the Zapdos episode, people might be mixed on it and whatnot, but I will say, at least in the manga, I generally have a good time with this one here because I think
there's no rockets.
And also, the way the Reboots like impact attack on Zapdos with that kick was fucking amazing. And also, as you stated, the rockets weren't even present in this part of the episode or the chapter. They just cut out the Team Rocket shit.
Yeah, so like I said, this manga is actually cutting out a lot of the fat.
Yeah, unfortunately,
it's cutting out the important shit too.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's cutting out a lot of the important things. Oh, thank you, Bryce,
for
the rate of 2. I much appreciated, buddy.
Party of 2.
But I was gonna say, I do love that the way that they're handling certain parts of this manga, I think, are far better than what we're seeing in the TV series. However, there are still some flaws with it, such as, of course, the Captures episodes being neglected, except for some reason Riolu being the only Wonder Boy here that actually gets to see his chapter unfold. So all the Pokemon, except for Riolu, were kind of caught off screen. sadly enough, and they're expecting you to see the TV series to kind of continue on from there. Yeah, so while it does a lot of good, like references and just the pacing for certain parts and even rearranging certain episodes, like I said, I love that the reboot evolution continues on in the next chapter where it's the episode when they go to Hoenn, because if you recall in the TV series when the reboot evolution happened, the next episode was the Beast Case fight, when that should have happened, I think, after the second act of Reboot's story should have unfolded. So yeah, so I think they do a good job on that part. The rearrangement of certain episodes and the pacing on it in the manga is great. Unfortunately, Dragonite, the Gengar, and the Farfetch captures are completely cut off from the manga.
Bullshit, man.
So it's like a double-edged sword there. But yes.
In the words of Terrell, man, eat a dick.
So yeah.
Oh, but the thing is though, that it's trimming out the fucking unnecessary fat, because the biggest problem with those capture episodes is
Bullshit, you
that
don't skip captures. You don't skip fucking captures.
They skipped a lot of Go captures in this series, though.
Man, what? No, his goal is to catch every Pokemon, so his captures are necessary.
No, but I mean, why skip them out on the manga then as well?
Oh my god.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna like completely be like full on bias mode with this. I see the flaws. However, I think the way the episodes, or not the episodes, but the chapters are structured here are better, in my opinion, than in the TV series. Had they only added the Gengar, the Dragonite, and the Farfetch captures in these volumes, I think this would have been a genuinely better paced series than in the television side. Because a lot of those awkward episodes that people might not really find like enjoyable, like for example the Ho-Oh episode in the early ones of Journeys that I think many people found as one of the weakest of that year, that's not in this at all. So you could see that a lot of the fluff that was in the TV series are not positioned in the manga. So there are some greats, there are some downfalls. It's all up to you personally to decide whether you think it's a good decision or not.
Well, the Magikarp thing is a fucking filler. Now we don't know if it. Now the thing is though, we have to see if it's in volume 3 because we have to see what the scans say.
Yeah.
Because the Iris episode has just dropped on. I think it's Koto Ichiban or something like that.
Yeah. Let me see. It's here. Koto Comics. Yeah. Tentomushi. I think that's how you call it.
Tentomushi Comics.
Tentomushi Koto Comics. So. That's where these things come out on. So, once again, TSS, first of all, thank you so much for giving me Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the Pocket Monsters Journeys anime via manga form here. I had a good time checking them out. And like I said, I do like some of the things that are in this manga, and I think people would get a good kick out of it. Just know that there are still just as a couple of flaws in this than the TV series as well, like with the captures. But for the most part, is it a good read? Yeah. I still find it good.
I like the fights in manga form better than anime form.
Yeah, because they have more chance to just make the impact frames just look that good, man.
Well, it's also there's less restrictions, so there's a little bit more.
Yeah, I noticed that there are certain things that play out differently in the manga than they do in the TV series. Like, I forgot how it was that Ash got Go to come to Hoenn for the battle tournament there, because I think in the TV series he simply just went to ask Go to come with him, right? Yeah. In the manga, however, he just goes, "I'm fast as fuck, boy," and decides to drag Go straight up from the neck and just drag him to the airplane to just drag his ass all the way to Hoenn region to go into the battle tournament. Like Go doesn't even get a chance to breathe at all. He just gets his ass dragged straight to Hoenn by Ash, which I thought was hilarious. It's the one image I actually posted on Twitter where I'm like, "Oh, what the hell, Ash? What the hell are you doing in this?" And it's just basically Ash just yeeting himself so fast and go to the Hoenn region. So I had a good time just seeing that part. But yeah, it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun with this manga series. I'm not expecting the greatest thing out of all of it, but I genuinely find some fun with it. So if you guys like Airplane isn't the anime. No, see, the thing is we're talking about the Hoenn region with the with the Battle Frontier, which is literally in the middle of the ocean. So I don't think it's possible to go in trains for that. But yeah, so again, yeah, all in good fun with this one. I had a fun read, even if I couldn't understand anything that was being said here. But the pictures look cute. Does that work out? Yeah, the pictures look cute. So there you go. But now the real ones that I bought recently as well, with my own money, I finally got the opportunity to finally purchase volume 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 of the I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Level light novel series.
Titles to this shit.
Now, I want to say this right now. This is still currently my only light novel series that I've ever journeyed with. I've never read any other light novel series
I always
outside
have
of
these
this
like
one.
obscure titles, like that one dungeon where I tripped and dropped my glasses. Now I got to retrace my steps in order to find them, but it's hard to see.
Oh shit, you read
July.
that too?
Like, yeah, like coming out this July. Like, what the fuck?
No, that
These
shit's out
titles-
actually right now. I can link it to you if you want to see the latest chapter.
Shut up.
No, I ain't kidding.
Keep going with the damn summary.
Nah, but the whole point of this is just basically, I mean, the title of the book just kind of explains it itself. But I got the opportunity to have them here, and I cannot wait to read through these again. I love this series. It is so good, in my opinion. It is currently the only light novel series that I'm reading. I haven't really touched upon light novels in general because I like pretty pictures, and pretty pictures are, well, pretty. But for light novels, it's all just words upon words upon words upon words, like a regular book would be. However, because I love this franchise so much, or this series so much, I actually went out of my way to read the light novels, and I'm having such a blast with them, man. To me, this is a hit. I've already, like I stated, collected all 9 novels here right now. They're still ongoing, by the way. I know light novels do occasionally have the pretty pictures. It's like 4 or 5 of them per book, but completely less than a regular manga would be. But yeah, it was just so fun to finally get this opportunity, and I'm gonna take this week to read through it all. So I'll give you guys an update on how I think of it so far with these volumes, because I have to read like how many pages is like per each one. Let me see where does this end off? 230. So 230 per times 5. That's like about 1,000 plus pages. So I'll get back to you guys on that later. So yeah, so that's all I got to say on it. Today's trip was fun. I had a good time, and yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, there is a manga for this, by the way. I'm reading the light novels right now. There were manga volumes also in the Kinokuniya store. I could have bought them, except I forgot I had separate money for Kinokuniya, and I used my card instead. And I was like, when I got home, I noticed my wallet still had the money in there, and I'm like, shit, I could have been buying the other volumes right then and there. So I'm gonna have to make another trip to Kinokuniya at some point to collect the rest of the things I missed out on. Hopefully they'll still be available by that point. So,
Nagatoro.
So yeah, Nagatoro. There's also, I want to say, I'm a little bummed out. Iruma-kun is not translated yet in terms of like legally translated, because I was looking for that too. I want to update people with that. Iruma-kun. So I got the opportunity to, after watching the TV series, to take some time and read through the entire series thus far. It's still not complete, of course. It's still ongoing. I want to say this right now, man. Iruma-kun, and this might come to a shock, honestly, has risen to become one of my personal favorite manga series of all time. And it's still ongoing, man. It is really, really fucking good, man. It is such a good read. I don't know what it was about Iruma-kun that just kept me going every single chapter, wanting to see what the hell happens next. Listen, man, I'm gonna say this right now. If you love Iruma-kun, Iruma himself, the character, and you love those other characters that tend to be with him in that classroom, I'm gonna tell you right now, those characters become main characters really, really soon, man. And when you start seeing their development come into the series, and you see how they how they developed and how they improved themselves, especially when one particular arc plays out. You're gonna love that entire cast. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's one particular character. I think his name is Jazz. He saves Iruma from one particular thing, and it is so goddamn goated. I love that scene so much. It is one of my personal favorites. And then there is another arc that plays out where they talk about the 13th member in the classroom. In fact, you might actually see him in the current TV series. He's just not going to appear for a while. You'll get to understand that when you get to continue on the TV series. But he does appear in the opening, actually, in the background. So make sure to keep an eye on that. But he gets an arc for himself. And it is so fucking good. But what makes it so great is all the side characters. When all of them just are next to him and you see like their faces of just ready to come in and kind of do like that save the day moment, it is one of the most badass scenes I've seen. And it isn't meant to be a badass scene. It just happens to be so badass and you just love it. Like the whole arc with him is so good. In fact, his name appears in the opening. His name is Person. You'll learn more about this character soon. I guarantee you're gonna love his arc if you continue on with the series, man. It's so fucking good. There are some little moments where it just kind of like, kind of falls flat, but for majority, like 90% of this series, it just hits. It really does. Especially, in my opinion, my personal favorite fucking ship right now, Amity and Iruma. I'm gonna say this, man. If you loved how that one episode played out recently with Amity, you're gonna love what they do with her and Iruma in a later chapter. And when I say a later chapter, I mean far, far, far later. But it is so good. It dabbles on the topic of like wondering what would happen if we were to have met each other at the same time rather than having this gap between us. And when you get to that chapter, I guarantee you'll love it. Do I recommend the Iruma-kun manga? Hell yes, it is really, really good. If you just need something comfy to read, if you just want to give something a shot, give Iruma-kun a shot. There are currently 200 chapters out right now. I will say the beginning is a little bit slow, but that's also because they're trying to establish the world that you're getting into. But it picks up very, very fast as you continue on with the story. I don't know how you would describe this as a genre. TSS, would you happen to know what kind of genre this would fit in?
Well, it's kind of like it's a slice of life, but with demon. Like it's like a devil demon. Slice of demons, yeah.
Yeah, slice of demons, but like I'm trying to think about it. Let me see. Actually, hold on. I think I can try to look for it real quick because I think they have the genres available here.
Fantasy comedy, Donnie says. Yeah,
It's a comedy
probably.
fantasy school life, shonen supernatural kind of thing. I guess you can go with that if that plays out for you. But it's really good. I honestly would love to recommend this series. I genuinely had a good time. I know right now, currently, TSS, you are reading through the Nagatoro-san manga series.
Yes.
I really recommend once you finish and catch up to that one to read the Iruma-kun manga. I'm 100% gonna believe you're gonna enjoy that shit so much, especially because you're the one that recommended it to me in the first place to check out the anime, and then I did and I loved it, and then I checked out the manga and now I love it even more. Iruma-kun, I'm so sad to say, is a manga series that's so slept on here in the West. I'm pretty confident it's very loved out there in Japan, but I think in the West, it's kind of like having that Yokai Watch treatment where it's like not that many people know of it, but people should know of it, and people will find a lot of fun with it. So that's all I gotta say on that. I like literally this week has been a fun one for me personally. Just being able to go back out, being able to read a lot of chapters during the time of the pandemic, and being able to collect all these things again, and being able to finally see a friend in person and have a good party and whatnot, and then go all the way to the skies above and try to conquer / not really my fear of heights. Yeah, this week has just been an overall blast, and I couldn't be happier, man. I just genuinely had a good time this week, and yeah, today was just as great, man. I'm so happy, and I can't wait for tomorrow because tomorrow we're finally going to be doing the last thing that I've been wanting to do this entire past 2 weeks. Finally put my fucking honeycomb shelves up on the wall. I can't wait to see when that shit is all done, man. It's gonna be so cool. So honeycomb shelves. You guys might know this. It's a shelf in the shape of a honeycomb that you stick on the wall. I bought a couple of them, and I can't wait to show you guys the end result once they're finally all put up on the wall. Somebody says stream it. I don't know how I can stream me putting up honeycomb shelves on the wall to be entertaining.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think this is? Fucking this old house? Fucking what is it? Your old Yankee workshop? Like what the fuck? What the fuck business you think we run
That
here?
Cheerios commercial with the bee saying I don't know, the honeycomb thing.
Hey, listen,
surprised
if people want to see me stream a
The
shelf,
B is behind that Cheerios.
You'll be surprised what these people
I
on
don't know.
Twitch will watch. I literally saw someone get like 17,000 views doing absolutely fuck all nothing. I'm like, this is bullshit.
That's
Granted, her name was Big Titty 07. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, honeycomb cereal.
honeycomb cereal.
Yeah,
That's
Kate
it.
put the actual honeycomb
it's
cereal on his wall.
Remember
Yeah.
my sleep issues. I'm having trouble staying awake. I'm trying to
Tyrone
honeycomb
shaded.
and Cheerios.
Making a joke, Terrell. Shut up. Jesus, he's so,
Terrell,
he's so
why?
bad
Oh,
at
actually, no, he
getting
already
them.
explained
He's
what's
so
happening. Never mind.
bad at getting them.
Yeah, and
Don't sleep. Do not sleep on the Ida series. It's really fucking good.
yes, do not sleep on it. Sincerely, though, give Ida-makun a try. Watch the TV series if you want to, but I do recommend going for the manga first because, in my opinion, season 1 has an arc. TSS, you might know which one I'm talking about. The
Yes.
Fireworks Festival arc.
Yes.
In the TV series, I'm not gonna deny that shit is kind of dragged out. In the manga, it's a lot quicker though. They
Well,
actually
yeah, I think-
remove
I think-
a
I think
lot
the
of that.
biggest- Well, I think the thing is though they had to pad out a season, so they had to do something.
Yeah, and I was kind of a little bummed out with that, not gonna lie. But in the manga, when I read that, I noticed it was much quicker. So honestly, in my opinion, if you want a more well-paced a storyline without that like weird fluff in the middle point, give the manga a shot first. I think you'll genuinely find more entertainment from the manga, and then if you're currently enjoying it, go and move on to the anime series. You'll also get just as much enjoyment as well. So yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. Had a good time, and yeah.
Watch him whip. Watch the nene. Right.
Watch the nini. But yeah, so first of all, how's everybody else been here? Tyrone, obviously, first of all, how's your week been going along? I know you have some things planned.
I was like, well, I'm going out of town for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I'll be out of town. It'll give me a time to like just sort of like be on rest mode for a little bit because I've been sort of doing. I was in a weird. So this has been weird. So this entire Backstreet Boys. Whew.
Backstreet Boys, yeah.
Yeah, I've been
Coconuts, yeah.
Well, I've been so used to people in my job saying the other word. I've been saying Backstreet Boys. Anyway, so the whole Backstreet Boys saga has been weird. The whole arc. Because obviously we had that moment where we couldn't even leave the house. And then during that I was ordering my computer and then I finally got it and then I was finally streaming and then I overdrove my streaming to the point where I was like running myself ragged during the summer. Mm-hmm. And then when we finally got around to this year, I got into a good groove, but then I lost my old job because of the Backstreet Boys. So I was jobless for like a large chunk of my life. So I just did extra streaming to make up for it. But then I wound up getting a new job, but I still wasn't like in new job mode, so I kept streaming as if I wasn't in new job mode, so it ran me ragged again, so I was too tired to like function. And now we've reached this chapter where like, okay, I'm gonna go on a vacation and then like that'll give me enough time to cool off and come back to all of the platforms, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, with some new level of like revitalization.
Basically, a new mindset or a refreshed mindset.
Yeah, season 2 Tyrone, if you will.
I like that idea. I'm gonna do that myself actually next week.
Yeah, season 2 Tyrone, if you will.
Mm.
The Tyrone Reborn.
will, baby.
Yeah, Tyrone Reborn. Tyrone Zero.
Tyrone the God 4, basically.
Yeah, that one. No,
Just don't be
Tyrone
like
the
Tony
God
Hawk.
Trace.
No, just don't be like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4.
Yeah, Tyrone the God Trace. But the Tyrone 3D Dream Drop Distance.
If Tyrone the God 3 is so good, then where's Tyrone the God 3 2?
And Tyrone the God 3D Dream Drop Distance. That there we go. But yeah,
epilogue or whatever you want to call it.
3.5.
Melody's memory or some shit. But
It's never good to burn yourself out. That's what I also learned.
yeah. Like I noticed, like, and I'm not bragging or tooting my own horn. I've been rather consistent with the amount of work effort I put on the internet, like with like YouTube, the streaming stuff we've done, the all the shenanigans we get into. So it's a good chance for me to finally just like let all of that go for a second and just sort of like not be in front of the computer. I love being in front of the computer, but I got to get away from it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll be able to approach you guys a little bit better. And then, I'll be able to have a much better mindset, make some well-needed, like, upgrades to my channel. And, just be able to approach things with a better, like, with a better work ethic. Because, like, yeah, like, no matter how hard you work, you have to have a break at some point. That goes without say.
Mm-hmm.
Very much.
So yeah, that's what I'm going through. And I think TSS is going through the same thing too. So
Well, for me, my problem wasn't just that. My problem was I basically didn't leave my fucking house for like a year plus. You know how it is. Like, I mean, it's one thing to want to go somewhere, or if you could commute out somewhere. I've been just sitting here, like doing nothing, and the feeling of having money to go somewhere and needing time off to go somewhere and you can't go anywhere, that's the worst feeling in the world. It's the first time I ever experienced that. Because the other thing is like usually I have no money but I want to go somewhere. Now it's like I have money but I can't go anywhere. So it's like it's a real like it's like a real freaking like mental strain to think about it that way. Mm-hmm. Finally, I'm getting an opportunity to do that, and looking forward to just having a change of scenery for once, just getting the fuck out of here. That's the whole thing. Just to change scenery for even if it's less than a week, at least it's better than nothing. Because remember, with the lockdown, basically it was like 3 months of doing nothing. Like literally just going to sleep at 6 o'clock in the morning, getting up at like 1, and then just rinse and repeat. Like at that point, at the height of the whole thing, I went out probably twice in the entire month of like March, like once every 10 days. Like I've been stuck in my house, for last year. I
will say it was fun though. During those times that we all used to just get together every couple of nights or so and just play Animal Crossing and have different streams and stuff, and I don't know. But I think we're in this phase now where it's hard because it's like we still have to, now that all these restrictions are lessened, it's like last year was really, really hard, but this year is like a different kind of difficult level, if that makes sense, because it's like you're still forced to go back into working, into like normal hours or teaching or whatever you're doing, but we're still kind of in the midst of the Backstreet Boys, and it's just not easy having to live up to that performance, when you're not really in the mood.
Actually, is there a time where it brings up the plastic bag gasoline? You know that video is like 7 years old, right?
Yeah.
The Asian lady with the freaking bag of gasoline, that's from like 2014, 2015.
Jeez.
I think also though is that like if you are still going to make content or you're into streaming or stuff, I think this is actually the best time as of now, though, that we're approaching the summer, because a lot of people are going to be off. So that increases our audience and content creators' revenue by like what, 30,
$0.02.
40%? Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people are going to be off school, so there's a lot more free time. There's a lot of people that are either graduated and don't have to deal with school anymore, or they're just taking off and they just got a huge summer break and don't have to worry about school for a couple of months. So it's
Yeah.
good. It's going to be good approaching this if you're a content creator planning on doing stuff. But I say the best strategy, and this is, I'm not saying this just because I'm doing it. I'm saying it because I think everybody needs to do it. Is to, like, do a vacation first before you start getting into whatever you do, whether it be on Twitter, DeviantArt, YouTube, Tumblr, Twitch, all of that shit. Make sure you get a good vacation in first, or even in the middle of it, or something. Make sure you take a well-needed rest and then approach the summer with some energy. That way you can, get that audience or get that, notoriety or whatever you're looking for. But take a vacation for break, but don't lax. Because if you lax, then the whole summer will pass. Everybody's going back to school, and you want to start making content, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm going back to school now."
This Pokemon is pretty lax in nature. Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna
pretty much.
say, my mindset. If you're gonna talk about trying to make a break in between your things before jumping into it, here's my mindset: create your things first, then take the vacation, and then come back in already fully prepared because you've already completed past the first thing, which is like
You know
create
how
a
to
layout, create the
then you know
settings.
how to enhance stuff, and you get inspired too. Sometimes you get inspired.
Exactly. Take this opportunity to just let your mind be free and just imagine what you want to achieve. Obviously, not everything that you
I
create
was
will
floating in the
automatically.
river. I was floating in the river, and then I thought about making this layout.
Yeah. But real quick though, how the how'd I get in the river, man? But nah. So it's stuff like this. Just focus first on creating your layout, creating your plan, because it's always important to plan ahead sometimes. I say sometimes because sometimes the biggest blunder is the surprise factor. You don't know how things are going to play out for you moving forward. But still, regardless, always plan. Always have an idea. Give yourself a route to take. And then when you have that necessary stuff in motion, you then take the break before you actually begin. That way, when you do come back, you'll have everything set up on the table for you. You already know what you're going to do in advance, and it's just a matter of you putting in the work. And
Yeah.
when you do, I guarantee you, you might not see growth at first, but you'll definitely see some, at least you'll see yourself having fun. And if you're having fun and more people see that you're having fun, then I guarantee you more people will start hopping in more and more. So,
And actually, it's kind of funny that the break that I'm taking is like right now, because literally after I come back, there's probably only gonna be like one part left of like Tales of Symphonia, and I'm gonna go right into Persona 3. So
Ow.
in this case, it's gonna be actually pretty good timing, because we're like I'm almost done, so that means then I can go into the next game that I'm planning to do. So I think now this will allow me to have like a reset and just think about what my strategy is going forward. I know Donnie has that made that beautiful pre-stream video, which I plan to use extensively. So it's like, yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna have a really fun time, because Persona 3 gets a lot of praise, and I just can't wait to sink my teeth into it and do it the right way.
Okay. Well, I hope you
Yeah.
have a good time when you get to that point, of course, with your finale of Symphonia and then moving on into the world of Persona. Everybody's doing a Persona, man. He did a Persona. Tyrone's doing a Persona currently. You're about to go into Persona. Is there any more Personas I need to know about?
Oh,
Napsy.
Persona, you're
I'm out of here. Nah, but yeah, let's all have a good time now. So, with all that discussion and stuff out of the way, what do you guys say we hop on right through into
Do it.
tonight's review?
Football.
Or actually, rather yet, guys, it's that time of the week. Prediction time. Let's take this opportunity to make a prediction, why don't we? So, here's the prediction that we're going to be doing for this week. And Tyrone, it's going to be focused on you.
What?
Will Tyrone say he enjoys the episode?
Oh, that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
so we're doing
so
the
do the-
predictions, everybody. So,
I guess, in my opinion, you're going to go first here, huh?
I
well,
think- are
no,
we
we're
allowed to say
saving
he's
yours for
indifferent?
last, buddy.
Okay, all right.
But Polly, what'd you say?
Are we allowed to say he's indifferent?
Nope, it's
No,
either
I
yay or nay.
Your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay or
So
nay, 'cause-
Tyrone is going to be the one that's going to give the answer to the yes or no. And depending on what he says, those who voted on that side will come out winning. And those who don't will come out losing. So make sure you vote correctly, ladies and gents. It might be a tricky one for tonight, or it might just straight up be very obvious. We'll get into that when we get into it. I'm just gonna allow the timer to play by a little bit and just wait for it to run down to 0. Once everybody makes their votes with the channel points, then you guys can begin tonight's session. Then, we're having a lot of fun with that Jeopardy song, aren't we? Damn. All right. So I'm seeing a very one-sided. Listen, if we see this come out as a result, bro, those who voted for yes is only 2% of people. Those who voted for no was 98% of people, man.
All right.
So we're gonna get the results for that later. For now, let us begin tonight's session of the review, why don't we? So, let's hop on through to the review. Hey, wait, Lightning, thank you for those. Let's hop on right through to the review of the week.
I feel like that episode of Pokemon with me out. Wow, I got a lot of people to disappoint.
So, this week's episode is titled,
Thank
let
you,
me go
Lightning.
look for it because I actually forgot it because I didn't have the thing open. I closed it by accident. Now I gotta go and look for it again, and hopefully I can find it before I finish whatever I'm trying to say right now. And it seems I'm gonna have a hard time finding said title. Oh, there it is. There we go. I finally got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a hard time trying to figure it out because I completely closed it.
I think the dub is gonna have a decent title for this one. The
What are you
something
gonna call
flower.
Here we go. Flabebe's white flower.
Go with the flow at.
No, it doesn't even have Floette here. Flabebe's
No.
white flower. One day, while tending to Sakuragi's lab, Go's Flabebe start to evolve. While 4 of them evolved into Floette, 1 remained as a Flabebe. His white flower, Flabebe. The Flabebe seems to be unable to fly as the petals on its flowers are all gone. Go decides to head with it back to Kalos in order to find the flower it holds. But as it's a rare flower, it is a big task. Will Go be able to help his Flabebe? I feel like I said Flabebe 100 times in that still statement, man. So, yeah, let's hop on right through. I'm going to come out on top right now and say, I'm shocked. I'm legitimately shocked with how I actually enjoyed this episode. Because I've had a very bad distaste for filler episodes in this series, especially given the ones we've had not too long ago. And I'm going to come out and say I really, really got a good enjoyment from this. This was a good episode for diving into the species of Flabebe as a whole by viewing not only Flabebe, but also its evolution, Floette, and even its final form, Florges, and learning exactly what it is that each of these Pokemon tend to do. I really love this episode for that aspect, for understanding Flabebe, for trying to see what it's trying to accomplish. And then, of course, the ending of the episode, which honestly, when I saw that mountain, I was thinking, isn't that the Get the Bun Bun mountain at the end of the opening there? Like, literally, it looks exactly like it. But jokes aside, though, I really had a good time with this episode. I feel like despite this Pokemon not having appeared at all, really, aside from like a couple of cameo appearances whenever they had the time to do so, learning about this Flabebe and then seeing how dedicated it is to try to help others that are also looking for its own petal, which I think was the best part about this episode. I love that this Flabebe isn't the only one that's out there trying to seek a flower. It also showcases that yes, other species out there are struggling just as much as the one that Go currently has in his team, where these white flowers really are very rare to find. So I applaud them for showing that off there at the end of the episode, which makes that scene much more impactful and understanding that, yeah, Floette wanted to go to make sure that it as a species can continue to provide flowers for those that need it and those that require it. So, yeah, it's a very interesting episode because normally with Flabebe, we tend to kind of, see it tied all the time with the flower. So it's very rare to kind of see it
It
outside of it
without.
for a long period of time. In fact, and just seeing the way Go and this Flabebe interacted with each other, I found it very charming. It really is, and I think the music selection for this episode was actually well picked as well. In my opinion, I can't really say not much more than that. I do believe I have like one little nitpick here for this episode, and that's just simply the fact that I think well, this is just personal preference, man. This is just personal preference. I really wish I had seen the Flabebe a little bit more. It's not really a very common Pokemon anyway, so I thought maybe just showing off a little bit more of it before this would have been fine. But like I stated, that's just a really, really big nitpick of mine. That has nothing to do with the way this episode was handled, because at the end of the day, it's what this episode did in itself, and I think it did pretty good. Also, best thing, I loved that there was no weird flashback moment when this Pokemon was released, because I thought that would have ruined that ending.
Yeah,
The only thing that they had for flashback was talking about what Floette does as a species and what it's trying to do to make other Pokemon happy of its own kind. I like that. I'm so happy there was no flashback to showcasing moments that Go and Flabebe had off screen. Like that shouldn't have happened, and I'm glad it didn't
it
happen
didn't.
in this episode. So for that, I really give it a thumbs up. Overall, very enjoyable episode through and through. It almost got me at the ending. It almost did because of that music, but it's still
The JN30
it,
music, which everyone hates. Though.
yeah. So as I was saying, it's a really good episode. I really had a fun time with it. So that's my take on it. Allow me to pass this one on to Polly then. Polly,
Okay.
what do you think
All
about
right.
this week's episode of PM 2019?
Surprisingly enough, because I tend to like the more sentimental episodes like this. I liked it. I thought it was a cute episode, a touching message, but I just thought it was nothing groundbreaking, kind of like how everybody was sort of hyping it up. Like I understand why, but just personally for me, I just feel like I've seen kind of the plot done so many times before. However, I will say it was a great episode for Go, specifically for his development. It's like we're seeing more and more of this emotional depth that sometimes I almost feel like we don't get as much from Ash. And it's hard to explain. It's like I really love the comments when Go was like, "Oh, there's something different about the air at night. It feels special." Um, I don't know. It's just like these episodes allow us to see more into his personality. It's just sad that like I just can't really find it in me to get too emotionally invested in his Pokemon just because we don't spend enough time with them. So like yeah, for Go's great development. For the viewer, it's just nothing new. And that's just my personal opinion. Because I know that episode was really well received across the board. Yeah, and like the Flabebe was cute, but it would have had more emotional impact, obviously, if it had been a Pokemon that we'd actually spent more time with. As I think Thunder God Cairo was saying. Um, Gorky crying at the end was sweet. I'm just going off my notes here. I will agree the song there was a great range of songs for this episode, including some tracks either that are new or a few of which that we never really hear the whole version. One that I noticed that hasn't been used in either a while or just like a whole lot was that one that has kind of like the vocals, and it's one Go and Flabebe went on the walk at night. So that was nice that they kind of.
That was actually a different arrangement. That's not on the album.
Oh.
That's a different arrangement.
Yeah. I don't really have much else to say other than I don't think that I've seen XY27, but I still appreciate the callbacks in this episode, obviously, with that random Zidane, and
You
then the
mean
Noibat one.
Tyrone?
I know, Tyrone,
Yeah,
which I didn't.
Tyrone having to make his appearance. I mean, that's what.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, come on. We have to say Ben appears with a mulligan. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Tyrone. Yeah, Tyrone. Anywhere. I think anywhere I see the Dene, it's like, oh, Tyrone's running around.
Yeah, I made the tweet.
Then they appear. Hey guys, I'm here. Oh wait, shit, Sterling, get the fuck out of here real quick.
I made the tweet where on the tweet I was like, "Hi, take that, Ben. You may have shown up as Iris's in Mulga in that episode with a more important relevance, but I show up twice." So yeah. I like that.
You like them apples.
Yeah, I'm.
Okay.
We love our electric rodent mascot friends here.
Have you shown up in 2 episodes? I think not.
Well, my character doesn't even exist in the Pokemon universe, so I'm over here crying here, buddy.
Somebody's gonna cut to like a screenshot of a Mulga in the background, and they'll be like, "There he is," and I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Until Coke catches the Pokemon. We'll wait for that point later, but continue on, Polly.
Yeah, but I like they did those callbacks to show that they're in Kalos. Of course, it's like I want to see more of Kalos, not just a grassy background with some Noibat, but this is as good as we're gonna get. And then the last thing is I cannot remember who did this, but I saw, like, fandom-wise, I saw this edit somebody made of Go and Flabebe as Linguini and Remy from Ratatouille. Like, they
yeah, because they show it off controlling his head, so everybody was making comparisons to the rat bastard and then the guy Linguini.
Yeah, so whoever did that, I appreciate you. Ratatouille is one of my favorite movies, actually, in general, like, not even just Disney movie, so thank you for that.
All right, buddy. Was there one other thing you had to say, by any chance?
No, that's it. Again, I liked it. I just, it's nothing groundbreaking personally for me, but I appreciate it for, what it was.
All right, then. So let's pass this one on to TSS, then. Why don't we?
First of all, Yama writing this episode, really good job. And it's proof that, once again, 2019 is getting better at the whole let's actually write a decent narrative in a fucking episode. I've been saying this for like the last 2 months. So first of all, I have to say that the whole plot of Flabebe having the petal missing so it cannot fly, the flower. First of all, it's a concept that's pretty unique. Like we never seen like a Pokemon like. We haven't really seen a Pokemon that has had this problem for a very long time. I think not since like at least AG or Diamond and Pearl, where it's like, oh, a part of its being is like missing, so we have to now find a replacement. So to have this happen, and then, well, then of course you have the woman. I think what people don't talk about, and this is what I want to talk about. The woman that has the flower shop, the botany, right? The botany place, right? And she talks about Florges and the grassy terrain and growing all the flowers and all that stuff. That was pretty cool. We rarely get the opportunity to see a Pokemon like that, create something that the next generation of the same line of Pokemon can inherit. I really like that narrative. I know I've seen Zach complain about the whole thing about Flabebe, rejecting all the flowers. I thought that was actually pretty good. I mean, it's I know it's like a time waster, but that was actually that's the little funny part of the episode. They gotta fit some sort of quota, right? But realistically, in the whole scene in the evening time, like in the middle of the night, where you have Flabebe just decide, okay, we're gonna go to this one random spot, and then the full moon is out, and then the ray of light comes down, and it blooms the rare flower. That was a beautiful touch, and you see the other Flabebe come in, and it tries to choose its own flower too. That again, that kind of interaction we don't see a lot, and that's what I liked about it. I liked a very like organic storytelling like this, nothing forced. I feel that the progression to find okay that the white flower Flabebe. By the way, Marina Eichholz being credited something besides fucking the decks. That's great shit. That's great shit to see. That finally she's getting better roles than just the like "Atarashiku zukan ni toroku saremasu." More than that shit. We actually hear her fucking do Pokemon now. I'm happy for that. So when it's all said and done, and by the way, as I mentioned earlier, one new remix from this that wasn't on the album. The evolution and release, and then thinking about what Florges is doing with the grassy terrain and growing the flowers for the next generation, and that inspiring it to stay there. Great stuff. Once again, classic Yuyama here. Great narrative. It's very like cookie cutter because it's like Yuyama. You could tell his writing style from a mile away, but as a 22-minute narrative, this works out really well, and I really enjoyed this. So this gets a lot of praise from me. This is definitely in the 8s. Nothing. This is not an episode in the 9s. This is not anything groundbreaking, as Polly said, but this is a really enjoyable episode, and naturally, I think it's definitely worth a watch, and I definitely could feel the emotional attachment. But at least they did it in the right way, not forcing things, which the first like 50 episodes had a tendency of doing, forcing shit down our throat. This felt more organic and natural in writing, so that's my take.
Alrighty then. And last but not least, Tyrone, please take it away, buddy. What did you think about this week's episode of PM 2019?
I apologize to 98% of the entire fucking chat.
What?
I like the episode.
Whoa!
Oh,
my
shit!
gosh.
Yeah.
You lost.
Oh man.
Yeah, I like
So now
the
I'm
episode.
I'm the villain
Yeah.
this week.
Oh, how the turns have
No.
tabled. Oh, wait.
Let's,
I mean, I didn't say I hated it, but
2% squad, let's go.
hold on. Let's get
okay.
the bad out the way first.
Yeah, let's do it.
KG is absolutely right. I don't know this Flabebe. I don't give a shit about it. Like, I don't know this Flabebe long enough for me to go, this is it. This is I gotta cry about this one. Plus, somebody brought this up earlier in the chat. Flabebe has, go-kart, 4 more of them. So it's what did he really lose today? He just lost a one potential Florges, the white one. Dope. The other bad side of this one, though, is, I don't know. TSS, it's weird that you said this never been done before when literally the last time I remember this being done was, Flabebe, the very same fucking Pokemon. Bobby did it.
But what I mean is in this kind of style. I know that Flabebe has had issues before, but I'm talking about the organic style that they presented here, and not necessarily it's in the same realm, but it's not exactly the same.
Now, I do want to talk about that, though. I do want to talk about the Bonnie episode in this one, because obviously they got to be compared.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to compare it for some reason.
And leave it to me to be the one to compare them. First of all, I want to thank Polly for saying the exact number of the episode. It's XY27. So, in that episode and this one, how can I like this episode if it's literally the same premise as the other one? Flabebe lost its flower. Well, because XY27 focused on Bonnie's character development with a Flabebe, where this one focuses on the character development of Flabebe, the actual Pokemon. Even if you write Go completely out of the equation. I know you said that this seemed like an episode that was really good for Go Poly, and to a degree, I say you're right, but ultimately, I think this was more for Flabebe, like as a Pokemon.
Yeah, this is a Flabebe episode.
Yeah, like Go doesn't have enough. Go doesn't have enough attachment to his own Pokemon for me to be like, oh, this is a Go episode. To me, this felt like what Flabebe has to go through if it like wants to grow as a Pokemon, and it learned during this whole trip that it's a lot more than just having a flower and evolving like the other ones did. It's about once you evolve, you have somewhat of a subconscious duty and a calling to protect the flowers and help them grow in the future, so other Flabebe don't wind up in the exact same spot as you. I get that. That makes sense to me. The narrative built up to it. They introduced the Florges. Professor Sagaragi actually did tackle the situation rather than have the solution right then and there. They didn't just show up. It was something like they tried, they failed, now new methods show up. Like, it's an actual narrative that happens.
I'm a villain.
What's that?
No, what is it? Wait,
yeah, I'm starting to hear like background.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's why. See, that's why you have to invest in better equipment.
Every single time.
Every single time you do this, it always plays in the background.
Anyway,
yeah, continue on, Tyler.
So
clip. Okay, continue.
So the reason, and like I said, the reason why this works and the Bonnie episode worked, this also felt like a combination of the Bye Bye Butterfree episode too. Like it felt like a glued Bonnie / Bye Bye Butterfree episode all in one.
A 2-in-1, you could say.
Yeah, and I think here is that where the last one had Bonnie held obligations to another character, Go is holding obligations for Flabebe as a Flabebe growing into a Florges. It's very clear now. Obviously, the icing on this cake is if they came back to Kalos and we saw like this huge garden of white flowers. Remember, white flowers are hard to find. So if we saw that, that would actually be legit. And yes, they followed the games. The white flower Flabebes are the hardest to find. So I can't get mad at it because I was looking at this episode thinking like, oh, how is this gonna be bullshit? And like KG said, the only thing that's really bullshit about it is the fact that we don't know this Flabebe. Like, it literally, the only time I think we seen this thing was when it was floating with other Flabebes in the background.
Yeah, it's a cameo appearance basically.
Yeah, so like I'm not emotionally invested into this particular one, but as a Pokemon in general, it almost felt like one of those like the world of Pokemon type of episodes where we learn more about the Pokemon.
It's like Animal Planet.
If we had deleted, imagine if we had deleted Ash and Go from this entire episode, and let's say Grookey was the one that Flabebe was like traveling with. Flabebe like uses Grookey's head as like a flower, pulls it. Grookey is entitled to go where he needs to go, and we slowly find out all this shit over time, and it's like a nice little 20 to 15 minute TV thing. And then at the end, the narrator goes, the world of Pokemon, or Pokémon. Like, it felt like that. It felt a lot like that. It felt like one of those nice, like, this is the world of Pokemon, and this is how it grows and flourishes. I mean, yeah, there's human characters involved, but their involvement, like, I don't even think Ash needed to be here, honestly. Ash was a minute character in this. He existed. Like, and that's about it. But other than that, I do respect the premise here where they did do a Flabebe losing its flower, because that's really the only plot conflict you can have with this Pokemon. But they did it in a way to where I'm able to see it from a different perspective, and that perspective being from the Flabebes. Because the conflict in the Bonnie episode was Bonnie is befriending a Pokemon, but ultimately she's going to have to give up what she loves to make somebody else happy. Here, Go has to give up Flabebe so that Flabebe can help make other Flabebe happy. I get that. That makes sense. It molds with my brain very well. It's something that, like, I don't have any real conflicts with. And I liked the Florges scene because it's a nice like viewing into the future. Now, I don't like how the woman tried to like squeeze in that like orange flowers are hard to find. No, bitch, white flowers are the hardest ones to find. Don't play the torture contest. But yeah, again, I did like where it went. Like I like the entire layout of it. I like the use of the music. I like the art style. Weirdly enough, Pokemon Journeys is at its best when it's trying to like do these
These
what you call them?
standalones.
I guess like what would you call these? Because the last episode
Well-
I said was really good was the Psyduck girls, the Psyduck episode.
Well, I guess anything that has to do with the development of like a Pokemon introduction or like a Pokemon explanation episode,
well,
Like
which
a
what
is
was the-
secondary character
What's the
episode.
blue-haired chick with the Psyduck?
Kikuna?
Kikuna, yeah. That was
Yeah.
like the
First
last
one.
episode of Go I said, of Journeys that I said was like really good. And like that literally was just trying to get her reunited with some guy with a Psyduck. And I don't know, it feels good when they're like these episodes that have these very like straightforward premises but still have a bunch of background and like atmosphere to them.
It feels nice when we can just explore the Pokemon world, basically.
Yeah, it feels nice when the world sort of plays itself out without Ash and Go trying to force everything. And I think Polly brought that up too. So it's good to see that like this. It felt natural. It felt like a very natural progression of the
Yes.
episode.
exactly.
Now that being said, the downside, like one of those downsides being that Ash and Go were almost completely unnecessary for this. They just sort of like human bystanders.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I like it. I'm giving it an 8. I like it. Pretty good episode.
I do want
Sorry,
to.
guys.
Oh, go on.
No, that's it. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
like
sorry
the
to the 98% of you. Maybe next
My
time, be bold and choose the correct answer to say.
Sorry, I think what it also is too is that it's very clear this episode has no plot, like has no real like ties to the quote unquote plot. So I guess there's less pressure for me to go, yeah, fuck that. Because
So-
you can have a filler episode, yeah, you can have a filler episode and be boring, and that's bad. This is a filler episode that just it was good. It was just a good filler episode. It was a very hallmarky episode too.
Yeah, like a special.
Yeah,
I do want to touch upon something though that you said about regarding Go. I understand that while Go didn't really get that much of a treatment, I do not want to neglect the things Go did because
Yes.
I really did appreciate the lengths they did for Go in his little small moments because the whole episode pretty much initiated the moment Ash and Go decided to head out to Galar. But I think what really made me enjoy Go as a character in this episode was the moment that they kept focusing on his backpack. When they kept showing off that little glass container containing the original
with the
flower.
flower that's
Yeah,
missing, yeah.
I really loved how far Go is willing to protect the original flower that belonged to this Flabebe. And I really loved just seeing how just Go is trying to understand the Pokemon, to go to these lengths to find a flower that is viewed as rare in this region. And it makes me appreciate Go more as a character. And I really do like how Go is. I think my favorite thing is that Go no longer is hesitant with releasing Pokemon. He really is understanding more and more. I think after the Suicune debacle that went down, I really do believe Go understands that if a Pokemon is needed to be in this part of the in this part of the world, and it's better off here than say with him, then he's willing to let that Pokemon go so that that Pokemon can be happy. Like I appreciated Go's character for these segments alone. They're minor moments. They're not really like little big moments here and there, but I do enjoy seeing that because these are the moments I think Go is at his peak. When he tries to be himself, basically.
And also, they're not writing Go like shit like they did in the first fucking half of what we have so far. Because, like I said, it's like they finally understand that they have to develop his character to something that isn't the fucking introvert and has no freaking respect to anything. I think that's the thing. It's like the progression between beginning and now. They finally freaking got the damn formula where it's like Go is
Fine.
actually character. Go is actually a character that people can actually get behind now instead of instead of throwing them in the garbage. Like
I do find the premise hilarious as hell though, because no matter how many ways you slice it, it's like Flabebe. No, there's a flower missing a petal.
Yeah.
2-day trip to 2-day all expense paid trip to Kalos. Like what the fuck?
Sakuragi
Like that-
looking at his check, his fucking income check, and be like, "What the fuck happened here, man?"
We need to go.
It's like going to what is it? It's like going to a fucking Holiday Inn like a Hilton hotel and then getting a fucking bill, putting on somebody's tab, and you just ate like fucking $20,000 worth of Wagyu.
Yeah. Also, another thing I like, the consistency in the series. I think it should also be credited. I loved how the Pokemon Center was aligned perfectly with the Shalor City Gym, which I think is something that not many people noticed there as well.
To see it at night again, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, this is something we've seen in X
The
and
only
Y.
other time we saw it at night was during the episode where Karina and Lucario mastered Mega Evolution.
Mm-hmm. But it was nice to see that, just being able to see the region of Shalor, and I think doing a good job with it. Also, another plus point, Ash and Go wearing PJs, matching PJs at that, 10 out of 10. Now kiss, please.
Okay. One of my friends in the fandom was like, "Oh, are these the pajamas from the Promised Neverland?"
What a,
I cannot.
what a fucking reference.
I can't see these pajamas the same way ever again. No.
Oh no, we got to do an edit where we put the numbers on them.
Oh my gosh. Play Isabella's theme in the background.
Oh shit, man. The shippers were satisfied. I think so in this episode, man. Listen, man, the moment Ash put his hand on Go's shoulder, I already knew the ship flag was just already being risen through the roof at that point.
Hey, more BL fuel that people can use. Right?
Hey, man, I don't know, man. The director is really pushing hard on that BL fuel. I think ever since he changed it, we really got to see Ash and Go in various different things together. Not insane things, but definitely things that people are catching on, like those matching outfits or what we're seeing here in this episode. So yeah, but where's Suicune though? Suicune, Suicune couldn't be here today. Suicune was busy somewhere out there. Somewhere.
Busy drowning somewhere.
Yeah. I don't think Sweet. Actually, no. You know what? I got a good concept for you. I know where Suicune is. Hold on, let me try to look for him real quick. Ah, here we go. I found Suicune, guys.
I know where it's gonna be.
So Suicune got his ass arrested not too long ago after the incident that's going to be happening in next week's episode of PM 2019, which is a great way for us to segue into next week's episode. I asked for this. I requested this when I saw this episode summary, and I was really hoping to see it happen. Pikachu's arrested. He got handcuffed. Yes. I'm so happy.
Now, I feel like from jump, I'm going to hate this episode because I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's so fucking obvious what the plot. This is stupid.
Someone played a cop's team, basically. But no, I think this episode's going to be so fucking stupid. I'm going to love it just for sheer
The
stupidity
minute
alone.
they showed the picture, I'm like, are you fucking kidding? That's more Pecco. Anybody with eyes can see that's more Pecco.
Yeah, immediately everybody already knew that shit was more Pekka.
No, I feel betrayed now because I should have used the "I'll get you, bitch" on the next week instead of the. I think the Nagatoro one works better, but it's I'll get you.
No, when the full episode comes out, you do that.
Yeah, we got a BL fuel with the uniforms too.
Yeah. Also, good job, Pikachu. You deserved your ass for getting arrested for creating episode number 30. That's right. Your fucking your fucking tragedy of an episode has finally got its comeuppance.
The best episode, my favorite Journeys episode.
What?
It's good AMV fodder.
You won't pry that from my cold dead hands that Journeys 30 is my favorite Journeys episode.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. Just know that you're wrong. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Wait, I think she's explained this before, but why that one?
Why 30 in particular?
You know the one where Pikachu acts like an asshole?
It's not even about Pikachu. It's just the most Kanto-y to me.
The
All the
episode's
stuff
titled
is-
"Pikachu's an asshole."
Word
All
for
right.
word in the dub.
Word for word.
See, I guess I've
Pikachu's an
taken Terrell's
asshole.
spot now. Oh, thank you, Amy. See,
Yeah,
I-
Evo. Okay, you find it good, but do you find the best episode though out of Journeys as a whole, though,
no,
Evo?
I don't think it's the best.
You said
I
it
think
was.
You said it
No, she
was.
said it. She said she liked it.
No,
I
she
said I
said it. She
liked it. I
found it
said
to
it's
be
my
her
favorite.
favorite episode of Journeys.
My favorite.
If
Doesn't
you go
mean
back
the
to if you go
best.
back to my thing, I said it was okay.
I said,
Like-
okay, so me saying Johto is my favorite season automatically means I mean, I think it's the best. Absolutely not. Favorite does not equal best, in my opinion.
So, is it your second favorite? Is it your first favorite? Like, where is the
My
position of
first
this favorite?
favorite.
So then it is first place. Then.
But it doesn't mean that I objectively think it's the
Oh
best
no,
episode.
I'm not saying it's the perfect episode. I'm just saying in your book, it's the
So-
number one episode.
Well, the
though.
Iris episode is actually up there now.
So
too.
you like this? You like the Pikachu episode because basically, like, you get to see a lot of landmarks from Kanto, or
Yes, and the lullaby with Delia. It made me cry 3 times.
It's
We
a
get
cute
to go back
lullaby.
to Pallet Town. It just felt the most connected with OS, which is something that I haven't seen in a long time. And that's what I like.
Yeah, see, like I can't fully
For me,
hate
it's like
that
in the low.
episode
It's in like
because
in the
there
low
are good
sevens
things.
for me. Yeah, I think and for that for me, it's the low sevens. By the way, I guess we should give numbers for this episode before we move on to the next
even
one.
an 8.
All right,
8.
yeah, I give it an 8.
Which is weird. I like the Bonnie episode of Flabebe too. I thought in going into this, I was gonna like automatically give this a bad score, and I was like, okay, if I give this one a good score, then does that mean the Bonnie episode gets a bad one? No, they're both weirdly like the same, and they both weirdly get different. Like, I like them both. It's weird.
No,
They
they
both
do
literally-
And
enough
Polly, what's
different to
your
where
score?
you can just call them their
Well,
own.
because I mean, like obviously, the one's more character focused, the other one's more Pokemon character focused. So like, Bonnie's is like learning how to give up to make others happy, where Go's is give up in order to make the Pokemon grow to protect the thing it loves. Like they both follow like the same formula, different premise.
Mm-hmm.
Polly, what's your score?
Mine is also an 8.
All right, a
Eight.
unanimous 8. Wow,
No,
that's a first.
8. And since I don't do rookie scores here, 8.3.
Never
I kind of
mind.
wish.
Okay.
No,
Specific.
I'm gonna do a Poly style complaint. I kind of
Oh.
wish that they had used Kalos music. Like if they had used the Tower of Mastery or the Snowbell City theme, that would have been so good. Just
Oh, you never
like
did
that.
that.
Dun, 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 dun,
For anybody that watches like the One Bite reviews with Dave Portnoy, Dave Portnoy, he always calls the ones with the full number a rookie score. Just so you know.
Oh, that's
no,
a
you know
reference to that.
They should have used the eternal prison.
Yes,
Yeah,
and that way
that's
that could have revealed that this actual Flabebe was actually AZ Floette, and then we could have actually seen AZ Floette for the first time in the series, and it would have been perfect then and there. But nah, we just got white Flabebe instead.
Oh wait,
Now, like what'll increase the score actually is if they go back to Kalos and there's a garden of white flowers. If they do that, then good job.
Well, that's gonna be a wait and see moment, buddy.
Oh yeah, I
I-
don't want to dig my own wait and see grave. So
I forgot something that I liked.
What?
Is it too late to say it? The
Oh.
Heracross and Pinsir at the beginning. That was adorable.
Oh yeah, that was adorable. Yeah, in fact, the episode beginning with like all the flowers just there, it looked really cute, man. Yeah, it really is. Like for Journeys, I think the best thing they really nailed is just the artistic style of the background, man. It just looks very pretty to watch. That's why I said, like, at the end of the episode, when Ash and Go were in the mountain cliffs, that honestly looked like the segment of the finale of Get the Banban when Ash, Serena, Clement, and Bonnie were looking at the cliffside during the sunset. It looks just like that, as if it was ripped from it. I mean, this episode has a lot of references in itself already, given that we're in Shalor City and the way it's designed and structured, it just looks really nice. It just feels familiar to the region of Kalos. So for that, I applaud them for it. So yeah.
yeah. With that being said, I'm already like on jaded mode for the next episode. The next episode's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how they intend to handcuff the
It's just
fucking
fucking
Morpeko.
Morpeko. It's literally just, oh shit, Pikachu looks like Morpeko a little bit, and they're both electric. This is such a stupid fucking episode.
Do you know that Mario Party commercial where it's like, it's me, Mario, and it's like, say, tell it to the tell it to the judge or something like that for that Mario Party game commercial.
And somebody made a joke about it earlier in the chat where it was like Pokemon Adventure 2. It's like, I'm Pikachu the electric mouse. Dun, 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 and the military has mistaken me for this other mouse. Like, it's so stupid.
I will probably enjoy it for AMV fodder.
Yeah, I'll enjoy it for all the wrong reasons. My BL fuel is rising, man. But aside from that, though, yeah, I don't know what more to say, man.
I mean,
bad boys, what you gonna do?
Like, and don't like, I really went into this one, the episode where we just reviewed. I went into this thinking like, oh, I'm gonna come into this being very indifferent, and the problems immediately start with Flabebe because I don't know this fucking Flabebe. Like, if Go had a couple of episodes with this or something, maybe if we had an episode with him trying to catch the white flowered one longer than the other ones, which that's shared with the Karina episode. So I'm just like, okay, I don't feel like I need to care. It's also weird because Ghost states, oh, I caught this Flabebe in this area. I'm like, I'm glad we got to see this area for the first time because we sure as hell didn't when you looked for the damn thing.
Nah, that was an off-screen land, but the Flabebe was in this area when the episode with Karina ended, if you recall.
Oh,
because
yeah,
they were still in Shalor City.
Yeah, I just like, I'm like Polly, like, I don't feel attached enough to the Pokemon to care. The only reason I cared this time around is because I liked watching its whole little, like,
story.
I liked watching its whole little story. It was a nice little, like, chill story to look at for real quickly, but it wasn't enough for me to go, oh shit, I feel for this thing. Like, I feel like if I knew this Flabebe and, like, Go had it long enough and used it in battles and like, had it and it played a role, I could have found myself feeling very emotionally invested when he gave it away. But it, like, when he gave it away, I was like, that's over. Okay, see ya.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you had a good episode. That's what we're gonna remember you by.
That's it. Yeah, you had that one Flabebe that had that good episode. And then I look back at these other Flabebe and I'd be like, the fuck are y'all even here for then? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when they all evolve into Florges, then we'll see what happens then.
what do y'all do?
Yeah, they're gonna create their own gardens. They're gonna have a garden off tournament and be like, who can create the best garden or some shit. Nah, but I really listen, man. With next week's episode, it's already dumb as is the concept. So, with that being said, if you're gonna go dumb, go all the way. I need to see as many bad boy references. No, I'm just kidding. I just need to see many moments. I want to see Pikachu hold up a sign with all the numbers right then and there while getting his photo shot taken.
I wanted to get
like if they're gonna go.
I want to see a Pikachu mugshot.
Exactly.
And gonna frame that shit.
Listen, man, I need to see that. Like, if you're gonna go nuts with this upcoming episode, if you're gonna go stupid mode, do it the whole way. Just go balls to the wall. Don't make sense. You will have a good episode because the concept is so ridiculous that it might just work. That's what I'm saying. If we get a mugshot of Pikachu, know for a fact this episode's probably gonna be good.
People are gonna draw the shit out of it, and I will like it.
Yeah, and then we give him. I just give him an orange coat too and all that shit as well. Nah, but like seriously.
And then insert something. Then insert it's like a sound clip from like Orange is the New Black or some shit.
I put Pika as the new black.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, see, like that's what I'm saying. I just want to go all the way. If you're gonna go out of your way to do this, go all the way. I think it's going to be a lot of fun if they do this attempt. I don't know how long it's going to be that Pikachu's going to stay inside detective mode within that episode. It seems like he's not going to be there for a very long time since we see in the preview he's already with Ash. So
I want Caroline from Persona 5 to kick Pikachu in the back. Speak only when spoken to, inmate.
And then just punch.
Ooh. Dude, don't give me ideas.
The editors are gonna have fun with the upcoming episode. Hey, can I add Suicune for next week with the mugshot too? If they do a mugshot of Pikachu, I'm gonna try to do an edit of Suicune getting the mugshot too as well. Just
What
for
is it with Journeys and Pikachu edits?
because
Yeah,
Journeys
Burgerchu.
is doing a wonderful job with Pikachu sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait,
like for
that-
example, the moment when Pikachu does the spin from that reboot episode, and when they went to the Hoenn region, like that weird ass looking Pikachu when he did the flying saucer technique, like that was the most dumbest thing I've ever seen from him, but I loved it. Or Burger King Pikachu from episode 30 as well, that I'll never forget. Yeah, like Pikachu in Journeys is really great. Like in terms of like meme edits, I really loving this Pikachu. But now let's go balls to the wall. Give me mugshot Pikachu, and we got a winner. I will forgive episode 30 if they do mugshot.
They got it. Well, the thing is though, they got to give him the fucking bowl of Udon or some shit. Like they got to go like full on fucking Detective Conan shit on this thing.
You know what
Interrogation.
You know what this reminds me of? I know this might sound dumb. This reminds me of Paddington too, for some reason. Where you get this like
Fucking
very
Paddington
adorable
Bear.
Pikachu. He's so harmless. He wouldn't hurt a fly unless being told to. And now he's in here with all these fucking like macho ass Pokemon like Machamp and Garchomp and all that. And he's gonna just run over this prison and take it over. Exactly.
You're going to jail now. You're going to. Okay, that's gonna be the one for next week.
Welcome to the salty spittoon. How tough are you? Sorry.
The thing is now I have to do a fucking AMV edit with the fucking the bus uppercut guy. Okay, that's gonna be my goal for next week.
Ah man, but seriously though, like that's what I'm saying. If you want to go nuts, go nuts. Just don't be afraid. Just go all the way. The concept is stupid already as is. Just go extra stupid.
I'm gonna be serious nitpicky guy for a second.
Go.
The Pokemon has always sort of laid down the law, much like how people have pets. Pokemon aren't bad. People are bad. So it's kind of weird to see a Pokemon get arrested to me.
Yeah,
Just
but that's
because,
only
like-
because it's the fault of the trainers. It's at the end of the day.
Well, Pokemon's continuously proven that like Pokemon can't really get arrested because how you gonna arrest a Pokemon? Usually it's the people that fuck up. So technically you'd be arresting Ash, but
That actually sounds hilarious in my head.
but they did that already, and that didn't turn out that well. So yeah, they did that in XY where Ash resisted arrest. But here, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's for shits and giggles. Like, the whole episode's premise is for shits and giggles.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird to me that Journeys has, like, sort of abandoned that logic of, like, Pokemon can be arrested because they're bad Pokemon. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah. So, what do you guys say? I think that's a good way for us to go and wrap things up then for this review and this preview discussion.
Wait a minute. Can we put up the one image?
Of
The shot from Koro for the Iris episode.
hold on a second.
From the manga. because
Yes,
we
let me
wanted-
go grab that image because I need to go find it real quick though, because I don't have it with me. It was on my phone and I don't have it available here on my computer. So, give me a second. But is there a reason in particular as to why you want?
because the way that it looks, I do like the way that they drew it in the manga style. Oh man.
Hold on a
Okay.
second. There we go. I'll put it up right now for you, buddy. And I shall be right back in just a couple of seconds. So, take it away, buddy. So,
All right,
here we
so-
go.
All right, so here we go. Yeah, so that's in the latest chapter for Koro for the manga. That looks fucking great. It's like bikurimashita, like you said, like yeah, it's like bikurishita, and then it says yatta, surprise, daiseko. That means yay! Big surprise, a success. It's a big
I mean,
surprise.
the
big
popular
success.
one here, but it's fine. I don't like the art style of this. It
I think
looks
it's cute.
like a gag manga.
that's the whole art style. Also, the same thing that did. This is the same guy that did the M20 manga. No, sorry, M21. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I
M20
know
and
art's
M21 manga.
yeah, I know art's subjective. I just it's not my
I
cup of
like
tea.
this.
It's good. It's a good style for comedy, and that's
Mm.
actually they did a pretty good job for that.
Yeah, I like this better than the original. Like, there was a weird, not the electric tail. Maybe it was the electric tail
I'd say
Pikachu.
you might be thinking of the Electric Tales of Pikachu, which
Yeah,
weirdly I kind of like that art style. Well, I like
there's
the way
just a
Pikachu
little.
looks in that art style. Pikachu looks really good in that art. I like Pikachu having short ears for some reason, and like a chubby
Humans.
body, and
Oh, he has
I
like
don't know.
that demon eyes going on for him.
Yeah, he's got because the manga artist draws porn. He draws hentais. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty funny that Polly mentions that. So, and you can definitely tell by how he draws the girls in that one too. He even makes the men look kind of feminine in that one.
We don't talk about that side story.
Well, yeah,
The secret
because yeah,
story of Journeys.
I like
this
the
is
Electric Tales of
this is
Pikachu.
completely different from PokeSpace. So yeah, this is a
Or
different the different mangaka.
or how Drew looks like Astro Boy.
Really?
We're talking about the same. Yeah. Drew is in one of the manga series, but he
Oh,
does not
that's
look
not
like Drew at all.
yeah, that's not Electric Tales of Pikachu.
Yeah, that's
No.
the. I don't know. I
Let
can't
me.
keep track with
I'll
them.
look it up. I'll look it up. Give me a second.
All right.
Yeah, realistically, I do like the art style of the Monogatari, the Satoshi Go no Monogatari one. So and I just enjoy because you have better comedic looking faces and reactions in the manga because of that style, that
Okay,
very
Pollard, the
exaggerated
manga.
style.
Oh god, this art style is putrid. Okay, so the manga's called Ash and Pikachu. It's literally just called Ash and Pikachu, and it looks putrid. I hate it.
Yeah.
Everything is out of proportion. And yes, Drew looks like Astro Boy. It's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god,
Creeps me out.
creeps me out too.
So compared to that, Iris and Ash and Journeys looks very, very cute. Chibi.
Yeah, they got that cutesy style to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like the manga, because it's really, like I said, it's really expressive and really fun to look at.
And also, I feel like, for example, the way Ash just takes Go from the neck and drags his ass to the horn region is just something funny to me for some reason.
Oh, and also, like I said, the freaking reactions with the eyes and shit, like it's like, well, hey, you got to digitally import some of that cocaine from Alola.
Also, another thing to add too, the Reboot episode when he evolved into Reboot, in the manga they added an additional scene that wasn't added in the anime.
Right.
In the anime they actually had it like this very ominous note where Ash and Go were like seriously concerned for Reboot. In the manga, they give them like a meme face going on. They're like, eh? Like at the end of volume 1, and Go's like, what the hell just happened here, basically. So they kind of did a little extra thing in the manga that I feel helped better the Reboot evolution when we got into the next chapter. But yeah, it's like little minor things. It's not necessarily fixing the entirety of Journeys, but I'm do liking that they're taking some small liberties in mixing things up a bit and just trying to make some more enjoyment come out from these series. So yeah.
I'm gonna send you some screenshots from Electric Tale of Pikachu.
Oh
Just
god.
for shits and giggles.
Yes. This will be a good time for us to also take this chance to talk a little bit about what we intend to do for this week, because Tyrone and TSS, as you stated already, you guys are not going to be here this week.
Nope.
So,
This is the last time y'all see me online until probably Sunday.
So, what does that mean, ladies and gents? What exactly is going to happen this week? Because if Tyrone's not here, his streams are not here. TSS is not here. His streams are not going to be here. The only one who's going to really be taking this chance to stream is probably Terrell, because I think he's still pretty fine with that stuff. So, what the hell is going to happen for tomorrow? No Mario Party, unfortunately. As well as no Pokemon. We're not going to be doing the Pokemon Black 2, White 2 playthrough tomorrow, or we're not going to be doing the X and Y playthrough tomorrow, because I feel like it's important to have the cast here for that. So it only feels appropriate to have them there for the session, especially for the first playthrough of Black 2 White 2, because I at least want to see them watch my journey unfold in the region of Unova for the first playthrough of this series. So, I don't want to let them miss out on that. So, what are we going to be doing tomorrow then? So, tomorrow, for me personally, anyway, I'm gonna be playing a little bit of Genshin. Reason why? A new character is gonna be coming out tomorrow, titled
Sonic 4
Eula.
episode 2.
Nah, listen, that's Tyrone and Terrell's thing. I did talk with them before. I said it would be funny if Tyrone and Terrell worked together and I was going solo mode and we see who out of the three of us can actually come out on top. Will it be Team Tyrone and Terrell or will it be Team Solo here with me? So we'll see how things go for that. But tomorrow I'm going to be playing a little bit of Genshin Impact. Probably might get some of my other friends who play it as well to come and join me for that. And we're going to be checking out Eula's story. So I'm going to go and have a little bit of fun with that. And hopefully you guys will have a good time with that said game as well. So that's going to be for Tuesday. For Wednesday, now that the pandemic has finally came to its closure and we're all good to go, we can finally return to our regular Megman battle network with the first game because I haven't got the opportunity to play through more of it because, as I stated with you guys before, pandemic came in and things had to change around in the house, so I didn't really have that much of freedom as I thought I would have with, trying to make things work properly and whatnot. For the safety of everybody's sake, everybody had to do their own thing. So now we can finally return back to the world of Megman. So I'm very happy to finally get back and play that game again. So we're going to continue on with the Battle Network series with that. Thursday is going to be a free break, so Thursday don't expect anything from me. Terrell probably will be doing something. But then Friday, of course, as usual, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing the reactions to PM 2019 as always. So if you guys want to hop on through for that and watch the reactions unfold, best tune in for my channel at that appropriate time. So hope to see you guys then and there. But yeah, so come back tomorrow, ladies and gents, at around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be having a little bit of fun with some Genshin Impact. We might try to do some summons as well. We'll see how things play out for that. But for now, I'm going to go call it a wrap. Everybody here in this call, Tyrone, TSS, Polly, /AG Trades, all of their information should be in the description down below within the Friends segment, so make sure to go and check them out. Make sure to follow us on our YouTube channel as well on the PokePod World Podcast. I'm uploading more of the parts there now. I also have some of the Mario Party stuff that I did with Tyrone throughout Mario Party 2, and those are going to be uploaded to the pod channel as well for game night archive stuff as well for folks who want to check that out too. If they haven't, if they missed out on watching the archives here on Twitch, they'll be available up on YouTube for you guys to enjoy. So make sure to check that out too. That's all I got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's session. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And to everybody here in the call, thank you guys so much as well for hopping on through. And may I hope you guys and your little relaxation time come out superb. That's all I can ask for, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Once again, folks, thank you for the advanced birthday wishes. Really appreciate it. It's really an honor to just be here every week and with all the support. And really, thank you so much.
Yes. So let's call it a night, everybody. Once again, we'll talk with all of you guys later in whatever video we make. Take care, everybody. And as always, make sure to have yourselves an awesome day. And TSS, what's the word?
Wash your fucking hands.
Thank you, buddy. Speak with you guys then. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night.
JetBlue is now boarding at Gate 6.